Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to this week's special edition of Open Mic. My guest for this evening is going to be the South African ambassador to Eritrea, His Excellency Ambassador Perseverance Mbuzeli Kumsha. He has been here in Eritrea for 6 years and he is concluding his tenure as South Africa's ambassador to Eritrea. And this interview is being conducted to highlight his general impressions about his stay here in Eritrea again. Mr. Ambassador, welcome to our program and thank you for sharing our floor for this evening.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. I wish to take this opportunity to thank you for coming as I'm wrapping up my tour of duty to the state of Eritrea with an immense gratitude for the years that I've spent and the hospitality that I've enjoyed, that have been extended to me by the authorities and the people of the state of Eritrea.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, to start off my line of questioning, as you conclude your tenure here as South Africa's ambassador to Eritrea, how would you characterize the current state of bilateral relations between our two countries, and what do you consider to be the most significant developments achieved during your tenure here?
During my tenure, what I can say, so much has been achieved. We have registered unparalleled achievement, particularly in the area of diplomacy, political relations between the two countries. The bilateral relations have extended to high levels. You may recall that we have, since my arrival, engaged at high level between South Africa and Eritrea, particularly the visit, just to cite a few, by the Deputy Minister of International Relations of South Africa, who visited the state of Eritrea in October 2025. This was a culmination of many other engagements that have taken place, both cultural, people to people, at the level of education as well, higher education. So I can characterize it as a very successful tenure. There's still more to be done, and I'm hoping that my successor will follow suit.
Okay, Your Excellency, Eritrea and South Africa share a history of liberation struggles. The late President Nelson Mandela's granddaughter, Ms. Nandi Mandela, recently visited Eritrea, and noting that the two countries are peers with immense potential to drive economic liberation on the continent. How does the vision of trade, not aid, and building equal partnerships guide the work of the South African mission here in Eritrea?
Very important question. Yes, Ms. Nandi Mandela was here about a month or so ago, and indeed she visited various parts of the country, visited some projects that include agricultural projects, construction, especially infrastructure development, and as well as, various other parts of the society. What we can regard as the most successful part of her visit is because it speaks directly to also what we would like to achieve as government, the government of the Republic of South Africa and the state of Eritrea. We don't believe in aid, we believe in trade. It has always been the policy championed by President Nelson Mandela, and which currently the government of my country is still pursuing. We believe in trade, we believe in equal partnership, we believe in smart partnership. That's what we believe in. We do not believe that, we should develop a culture of handouts. So therefore the potential and the prospects between the Republic of South Africa and the state of Eritrea of developing strong economic ties, the potential is huge, is very bright, and the prospects are very bright. I do believe that what South Africa has, that possesses in both, in small scale as well as, heavy industry, Eritrea stands to benefit a lot. How can we establish this link? We can establish this link within the spirit of South-South cooperation, but within as well the realm of the African Union, understanding exactly the concept of regional integration. Now, we are down south, and Eritrea is here, in the northeast of the continent. We do believe that there's a lot that we can do together. Eritrea has a model that is a very good and working model of self-reliance. We have seen this, achieving, a lot in agriculture, achieving a lot in terms of, sanitation, achieving a lot in terms of, developing a small-scale business people, especially who are a homegrown process. So I believe that as we are also doing the best to empower our own people in South Africa, especially those who are historically disadvantaged, there is a lot that you can learn given the history, the common history that you have and the common background that you have of trying to empower and restore the dignity of our peoples.
Mr. Ambassador, from your perspective, what are the most promising sectors for expanding economic cooperation between Eritrea and South Africa? We have seen discussions around agriculture and infrastructure, and what concrete opportunities for South African investment and knowledge exchange do you foresee in the near future?
First, let me start with the mining. I mean, Eritrea with huge potential in the mining sector. We believe that South Africa that has a long history and a rich history of mining. We do, stand a good chance of collaborating and cooperating this way and building and joining hands to build each other's economy. We believe that the mining sector is one, the energy sector, as well as, of course, infrastructure development, both small scale, medium scale, as well as large scale, which would include, for instance, possibilities of refurbishing the ports. We are also in port development. We also have a huge potential. We are very active in some parts of the world, not only in Africa, in as far as port and rail and the road infrastructure development as well. So we do possess a huge potential, which we believe that Eritrea can benefit from.
Mr. Ambassador, if there is anything you'd like to add on the cooperation and coordination in regional and international forums.
When it comes to the coordination on regional and international forums, we already have that mechanism. We just need to strengthen a mechanism of coordinating, particularly moving from bilateral to multilateral. Or if you like, from a single state to a region. South Africa is a very active and a very strong, active member of SADC, Southern African Development Community. Similarly, South Africa is playing an active role as a member of the African Union. In this particular regard, we strongly believe that as Eritrea, is championing and actually encouraging this, the concept of regional integration. We have a lot, to do together in this particular regard. His Excellency, the President of the State of Eritrea, is very passionate about, regional integration. This, of course, I know because, during my interactions with him, he has always emphasized this point of the need for South Africa and Eritrea to work together as regional partners to expand and strengthen also the institutions of the African Union and other multilateral forums. So in this particular regard, I believe that also in as far as trade is concerned, trade and investment is concerned, we can also establish that very useful platform as the two countries to ensure that, from down south to northeast and to east and the Horn, we find a common ground of working together to establish a very vibrant regional economic integration as two countries. Internationally, yes, because as we are all aware, there are serious challenges. We are all, especially us as the developing world, we are faced with a situation of, inequality, or perhaps shall I say, where we are not necessarily placed at the same pedestal as other developed countries at the level of the UN Security Council, United Nations, institutions. It is for this reason that we do call for the reform of the United Nations. We believe that it needs a review. It needs to be, reviewed in order to benefit the majority of the citizens of the globe. Currently, if you look at the member countries that are, the P5, as we call them, and look at the population, the composition of population in those countries, vis-a-vis the rest of the world. Billions are left out in terms of decision making. It is important that we are also considered as equal partners. We believe that in the multilateral setting, no country is a small country. There's no small country. We are all equals. It is within this spirit, therefore, that we believe that we should push on and ensuring that we pursue this call and champion this call for the reform of the United Nations. It is very important.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, thank you for that. Beyond government-to-government relations, what is the state of people-to-people ties between Eritrea and South Africa? Are there opportunities for greater cultural exchange, academic collaboration, and sporting engagements that could further strengthen the bonds between our two peoples?
Oh, yes. You perhaps will be aware that currently there is a program that is, of course, sponsored by the UNDP through UNISA, which actually, is aimed and designed, to empower and, the education sector in Eritrea, especially in the justice system, justice department. It's working very well. 2 years ago, we had a very, very important and remarkable, ceremony, graduation ceremony of a number of Eritrean judges. I mean, at a level of, masters and even junior degrees in international law and various, parts of the justice, legal practice. So we do believe that, there already is something happening, and, we are very proud of what we have already established in this part in the education sector. Similarly, we do collaborate in various sectors of agriculture, particularly also offering, not only offering, but availing opportunities for Eritreans who, through the government, are undertaking some senior courses, high-level courses of food security through the University of Pretoria, and especially also when it comes to the maritime related matters, especially blue ocean economy. We do have senior officials from the ministry who are also, who have undergone some training at the university, at the Rose University. There is an exchange that has taken place between our departments, our common departments of environmental affairs in South Africa, and as well as fisheries, as well as that of the state of Eritrea. So we're exploring, and we also are learning a lot in terms of organic fertilizer, so to speak, which Eritrea, has really made some strides in terms of, innovation and being creative in developing that. We believe that we've got a lot to learn in that particular regard as well. People to people, as you perhaps would be aware as well, that we have been we've been on a drive of promoting people-to-people relations through cultural exchange. Only last year during the independence celebration, during the independence celebration in Eritrea, the commemoration, we brought from South Africa a group called Umoja, a cultural troupe, which performed in Eritrea for a period of 6 days. They performed, they were the ones who opened, they were the curtain raisers for the celebrations, the week-long celebration that took place in this country. And yes, indeed, the reception was impressive. People were very, very pleased, including them themselves. They were very pleased to be in Eritrea. Actually, they are looking forward to coming back and to interact and have that culture, promote that cultural exchange. Similarly, we are looking in the area of sports and cycling, especially because Eritrea is a cycling nation. We also are a cycling nation. Those are other areas that we believe that we can still promote this kind of partnership of people-to-people relations. In addition to that, in Eritrea, in South Africa, we have a large number of Eritreans who are doing business. And the Eritreans that are in South Africa, the experience that we have, they know how to mingle. They know how to integrate and mingle with South Africans without let or hindrance. They do this because, they have obtained or acquired the base, social base of understanding as to how, to integrate with other societies. We have not encountered any negative challenges or problems with Eritreans in South Africa. They are there. They are doing business not only among themselves, but also among with some South African compatriots and friends. So in that regard, I can safely say that the relations between the two countries, in as far as people to people, not just government, are very good indeed. And we can still improve on that. We still have a lot more to improve on that.
Mr. Ambassador, based on your experience, what is the most striking aspect of Eritrea that you believe outsiders often misunderstand? What will you take away from your time here, particularly in terms of the national development projects and the spirit of its people?
Let me first of all start by saying one thing, I've been able to gather, and quite positively, a positive sign in Eritrea. Eritreans are very patriotic people. I discovered and really learned that Eritreans actually, not only are they patriotic, but they are authentic. During my tenure, I've interacted with Eritreans from all walks of life. Young people, students, women, workers, associations, veterans. I've interacted quite extensively. That is why it is easy and possible for me to call Eritrea my second home, because the values that Eritrea espouses are definitely similar to the values that South Africa we espouse. And so therefore, in this regard, I can say my takeaway about this country is that it has a huge potential, it has a great potential, still more to be honest, and that jointly we can do it together. Within the spirit of solidarity, within the spirit of togetherness, understanding that no country is an island, and we can work together in smart partnership in developing these ties. I have also interacted quite extensively and broadly with government and senior government officials, including ministers of this country. I have been given, or afforded, shall I say, a very, an open blanket of understanding, of selling my country. All the ministers, all the dignitaries, all the senior officials that I've interacted with in this country have demonstrated for me the love they have for my country. The people of this country have demonstrated the love and the admiration they have for my country. So therefore, I do believe that we can achieve, we can go to greater heights in terms of, achieving a common goal between our two sister countries.
Mr. Ambassador, what would be your final message to the people and government of Eritrea, and what is your hope for the trajectory of Eritrea-South Africa relations in the years to come?
As I initially said, the prospects of progress and development and smart partnership between the state of Eritrea, the peoples of Eritrea, and the people of South Africa are very bright. My message to Eritreans is that keep on doing it. We are learning from you. We are exchanging knowledge. Keep on doing it because we know you have your own challenges, but if we work together, we can overcome some of those challenges. You have afforded me an opportunity to understand you as the people of Eritrea. I leave this country with a sense of achievement. I leave this country with a sense of fulfillment, understanding that this is a journey, and that we still have a responsibility to undertake it together. And South Africa is there for you. The bilateral relations that exist between our two sister countries can only spiral up, go up, not down. The possibilities are great. This great partnership between Eritrea and South Africa is alive with great possibilities. That's what I was saying.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador, for your time here.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, that wraps up this week's Open Mic. It is good night from me.